Yo, trade intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull or bear, we adapt, typhoon. Wallets packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than Wild West ambition. We got the drive, mad clicks, no permission. Ready for the moon, orbit's our mission. Let's make this money, stacking sats, no fiat. Eyes on the prize, mad gains, where's the hack? Diamond hands, no flinch, iron combat. Full speed to the peak, no fallback. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it.
Three, two, one. Let's cross our fingers and see if it works. Let's go. All right, no intro. Let's just get straight to it. Get out of here, intro. All right, so, oh man, I forgot to bring this up. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. Right now, let's go to the bubbles. So let's see if the, I've been having issues, like, I don't know what it is, right around 215, 230. Everything is fine. And 215, 230, my internet, it starts getting very limited. And then right before I go live, like 245, like I have no internet. And I can still chat on Telegram sometimes, but I don't know, it's just weird. So we'll see what happens. Let's see how the day goes. And then normally right around 4 o'clock, everything comes back on. I don't know what's going on. This is the short I was trying to warn you all about. Well, right now I would short. I'd have to look more into this, but right now I would open a short, maybe like 50%. And then once it breaks this level, another 50%. And then, well, let's just get into this. So this is what I would do. I would do my short right now. I mentioned to the group earlier in reference to this, and I'd have a tight stop loss. Not gonna lie, I'd have a tight stop loss. And for my short, there would be a few targets. One would be about here, 4-to-1 ratio, not too shabby. And matter of fact, let me see, can I take it with y'all? I'm not sure, I don't even know what I have up. Let's see here. So I'm actually gonna try to take it with y'all right now. Now, granted, I'm just gonna put a very little money in this because I do want to get into another coin. But let me see if I can get into this short real quick. I'm gonna do something really tiny, maybe I'll do a 5x. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could do a 10x or more, but I'm just gonna do a small little 5x trade with the stop loss. And what I like doing, this is my little thing, what I like doing. So let's just say this is going to be, so I go to the coordinates and I copy it. That way I can't mess it up. So this is a short, going to short, stop loss. I'm going to enter right now just a little bit of money, nothing too crazy. And then open shorts. Okay. Hopefully it hits, and it just hit. Okay. So I am in the trade, a very small leverage, 5x leverage. And here's my stop loss. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. No biggie. This is a daily order block. So right now it just barely tapped into it. What could happen, and we'll get more into this in just a second, but what could happen is it could come down a little bit more, then come up, do a higher high, come up higher into this order block. This is what I would like to see. But again, this is why we only put 50% here. The other 50%, I'll do it once it breaks this level. Once it breaks this kind of zone, I'll enter my other one there. I was going to do it here, but we'll just do it here, just so we can get more confluence. But if the price does come up, okay, fine. You know, 50%, 5x leverage of 1%, 5%. You know, it's not a lot that I'm losing. Oh yeah, and I don't have my camera on because I don't know if it's my camera that's creating issues. I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. But hopefully y'all can still hear me. You can still see me. If that is the case, please let me know in the chat if y'all can still hear me and see me. But I did a video earlier today in reference to Bitcoin, it coming up to this daily order block. Could it pass it? Yes, of course. You know, anything can happen. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen. One thing I find is so funny, and we're gonna do quite a bit of story time today, just because I think there's information y'all need to know. So here, of course, we do have the major high. Here is our daily high where we're right above it. I mean, man, we are right here. If we do break above our daily high, right around 65, and find support, there's a pretty good chance we're going to come to our next level, 69. And then depending if the FOMO gets really real, depends if we're going to shoot straight up to, thank you Crypto Pendy. It depends if we're going to shoot straight up to our major high before possibly shooting straight back down. Because we cannot have straight up. We need up and down, up and down. We need that. But if it goes straight up, man, get prepared for something like this. It's going to be horrendous, horrendous. Now, if we go 75, 80, man, I'm talking like moon mission, big time, but it will have to retrace. But we'll get to that when that time comes. Now, why am I looking at this right now for a short? Couple reasons. One, we're at the daily order block. Two, we're really close to the daily high. This could come down here, maybe come down a little bit more, create a higher low before coming up to create a higher high if it starts going up. Right now, this is the 4-hour break of structure. All that means, fancy words for saying this is the 4-hour break of the most recent high, which was this, and it was this right here. Then it did a pullback, which is expected. I would really like to have seen more of a pullback, but it's okay. Then it came up, did another break of structure. This was the high. But now we can get rid of this and we can actually update it, make sure our magnitude is on. Come over here, hold down shift, and then now we do a 4-hour break of structure. So again, this is saying that it's very bullish. We expect it to go up, but it has to come down. As we mentioned, everything goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. What goes up must come down. It doesn't have to come down right now, but it does have to come down. Now, one thing that we're going to talk about is how to enter. Now, later on in the show, I'm going to talk about one of my buddies. One of my buddies, he reached out to me today and just asked, you know, how I was doing. And we'll get into that in a little bit, though. But in reference to this daily order block, daily high, a nice pump, kind of consolidated a little bit, then another nice pump. So all this to me is telling me, okay, it wouldn't be a bad idea if it were to come down. And if it does come down, great. And if it doesn't, okay, well, we lost a little bit of money. And that's the thing, like, we have to go off of probabilities. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So Lenny Kid says, this bull run is going to be sick. If there is one, yes. Yes, I agree. 100%. 100%. All right, good stuff. So happy you guys are here. Man, I have to take so much blood pressure medicine when I'm dealing with this dumb computer. I'm just happy I have a computer though. I'm grateful I have electricity, a roof over my head, a computer that works. Now it's funny though, because it works all day. I'm updating the group all day. I'm making videos for the group all day. And then right when it comes to streaming, get issues. Really? I put my time back to normal time, but I'm really thinking about putting my time to like Alaska time. Just to see if, you know, my 3 o'clock time frame, if it doesn't mess up at that time. But anyway, I don't know. I put it back to the regular time. Okay, moving on. All right. I say here, keep grinding, Joe. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right. So this is what I think might happen. If it goes, great. If it doesn't, oh well. You know, we lost a trade. And it's okay to lose a trade. Now, I want to talk about entering. Back to my buddy. My buddy reached out to me today. Story time. And I don't want to have the camera on just because I'm afraid maybe that's what's making it. I don't know. But my buddy reached out to me today, and I haven't talked to him in, shoot, man, 5 months, 6 months, something like that. And then before that, like 4 months, and before that, like 6 months. This guy was, he's not the person you may think it is, but he's an admin. He knows how to trade. It's not, what's his face? It's not John. What's the other guy's name? The one with the big head. The one who, very conceited. Not Trip. Trip's the one who, Trip's a good dude. He's just not understood. He's more like that guy in the basement. You know, his mom makes some peanut butter jelly sandwiches. You know, he's a guy who you don't want to cross just in case you're on his list. You know what I mean? What's the other guy? Me and him are buddies now. But he's backstabbing before. Shoot, man, I can't think of his name. Anyway, but it's not him either. All right. So, back to my story. So he reaches out to me today. He's like, hey, Joe, how you doing? So, oh, man, doing all right. He goes, how's your group? I said, oh, group's doing okay. Rob, thank you, Crypto Candy. Appreciate you, man. I was going crazy. Rob, yeah. So, so it's not Rob either. So this dude, he reaches out to me and he's like, Joe, how you doing? It's like, all right, you know, how's your group? Oh, it's doing good. And so, you know, we're making money going up and down, you know, but I limit the amount of posts that I do. That way, of course, when we win, like, we're pretty much all in the trade, versus, you know, 15, 20 charts. And then if you're in it, great. If not, oh, well, maybe the next 80 you might get in. And he's like, oh, that's cool. And then he sends me a result of one of his really, really high leverage and massive gains. I said, dude, man, that's great. You know, good for you. Very happy for you. Can you show me how you do it? He's like, well, there's a lot of variables in it, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I understand that, man. I mean, trading's trading. I get it. But like, can you show me like what made you enter this trade, and especially at such high leverage? Well, Joe, you see, well, and just like excuse after excuse after excuse. I was like, dude, like if you ask me how to trade using this method or how to enter, you know, whatever, like I can easily teach you, I can easily explain it. And then of course he goes, oh, well, the ones who do, the ones who can't, they teach. I said, ha, ha, ha. I said, I know, everybody says that. I said, but you know, how do you, and he has a group too, you know, so he's not like just, you know, being a jerk or nothing. And I asked him, I said, so what made you get in at such high leverage? Like, do you like win some, you lose some? Like, what's your win rate, whatever? And he's like, well, Joe, you know, there's just so many different variables. Like, dude, I get it. But I teach people, you know, enter on a higher high, enter. And then matter of fact, I said, send me one of your setups. It can be an old setup. Like I don't need a setup, you know, I got my own, but send me an old setup and I'm gonna send you one of mine. I want to show you how I send mine. And he's like, all right. So he sends me one of his, and it was a good setup. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good setup. And y'all might know who it is by what I'm going to show you. I mean, and the explanation was okay. So I'm not going to like dog on them. But let me just show you. Let me show you this. 1 second. Let me go ahead and screenshot it. And y'all might identify it by this. Let's go this. Let's bring this way up here. Y'all might be able to identify. So this is his setup. So this is his green box, which this is the entry zone. I don't like that. I don't like a zone. You tell me when to enter. Because let's just say, for example, price comes down into here and I enter. And then it does this. It's like, oh man, I lost. Here was my stop loss. Here's the stop loss that he has right on the line. Man, comes up again. I enter and it gets stopped out again. Oh man, chucks, darn it. Then it comes up again into this area. And then it breaks up and then it breaks down. Oh man. I don't like zones. Tell me when to enter. Enter right now. Enter 15-minute candle close. Enter 2-hour candle close. Enter, watch for 6 more candles. Like, give me instructions. This is a blanket statement. And I told him that too. I said, yeah, man, I don't do that. That's blanket statement. That's like enter the breakout, enter the retest. You know, what time frame, when exactly? Like, give me the setup. Like, anybody can do this. Now, in my opinion, like, to me, this is a high risk trade. Why? Well, it could come up, come down, come up, come down, continue down. Now this is resistance. So this is support, which is good. So for me personally, I would have, like, I really would need it to at minimum break this level for me to consider entering, but really this level. But then we have this level, and then we have this level, and this is on the 4-hour time frame. So for me, I would minimum set my alert right here. My alert goes off. The 4-hour candle must close above this level. Notice how I'm giving everything very specific. 4-hour candle must close above this level in order to enter, and we're only doing 50%. Price more than likely is going to do this. Once it breaks this level, now we enter our last 50%, because now we're showing confluence. We're showing that it's agreeing with our thought process that it should go up. Not only that, but we have a high, and we have a higher high. Here we're starting, this is a downtrend. Now we're starting an uptrend. So what I do, to me, this is a safer entry. This one, very high risk. However, it played out. This one did well. This one did very well for them. So how do I do this? Control. And then, okay. So that was that. Then their setup basically said, so this was their setup. So their setup was Cody, low leverage DCA idea. Again, no specifics. Start here, 10x max. Okay, so here's a little bit of thought process. You know, maybe a 2x, 5x, but no more than 10. Got it. Set stops based on your risk tolerance and also what leverage you use. Okay. For me, I put my stop loss. Now, granted, you don't have to put your stop loss where I put my stop loss, and I put the leverage too. I put 2x leverage, because if I do a 2x leverage, I can show you where my stop loss would be on a 2x leverage. Now, if you do an 8x leverage, you can't use that same stop loss. One, you're adjusting the setup, so you have to adjust your stop loss or your entries. You may have multiple entries going down. For me, doing a DCA, if I bought here, first entry may use, and that's funny because this guy rags on me big time as far as not entering trades when I post them. This is one of the guys who always beats me up oh, well, if you don't take the trade, then I don't consider you a trader because, you know, your chart's set up, even though it was successful, you didn't take the trade. So, you know, you lose credibility in my eyes. I said, dude, are you kidding me? Like, one, I might not have the money for that trade, or two, I may be in too many trades already, or three, I don't want to risk that capital. You know, there's so many different reasons, but it's a good setup and it worked. Now, I can understand if I post 20, 30 charts a day, okay, fine, I get it. But if I'm posting maybe 5 charts a week, if that many, no way, Jose. But here he says, for me, doing a DCA, if I bought here, first entry may use up to 30%. Okay, so he's saying enter 1/3. Okay, so I like these instructions. Enter 1/3 right now. I guess that's what he's saying. On 10x, as we have that nice little buffer zone, okay, scaled down stops using that lower leverage. So I guess that 2%, if you had a 2x leverage, you can put that stop loss to maybe 6% or 7%. See, also trades moving up, blah, blah. So this very vague, but not as vague as some other groups are. Okay, so we did that. And this is what I sent him. This is what I said. This is my setup. So this is my setup. So in my setup, you know, of course I have my areas of interest. I have the circles. Circles equal entry ideas. Not only that, but I say the amount of leverage, 4x short, enter now. You know, more than likely here, then we'll have a retrace and add here. And then of course I make videos too in explaining this as well. And then I also sometimes type it out. Then reason for entry. I give a reason for entry. I'm not into patterns, but I also say about the patterns. You know, I say about the patterns. I say continues to make lower highs. Bitcoin, blah, blah, price action under. So I'm giving reasons for the entry, stop loss and targets. A very clear, like it does not get any more clear than this. Then of course I have my alert for the add to entry. When my alert goes off, I update the group. Okay, right now you want to add to your entry because it created a pivot, which is support, came up, broke through the support, and now continuing to come down. Enter on 4-hour candle close below this level. Or I might say enter now because it closed below this level on the 4-hour time frame. Or I might say it has 3 more minutes. Once it closes underneath, then you enter. I give very specific details. And so let's go and delete this. And then my buddy says, let's see here. And my buddy, he did good. He did really well on that trade. Really well. Like over 70% well, which was good. You know, and like if you just can you get some of these coins to move depending on whatever style you're using, whether it's let's see here, whether it is patterns, market structure, divergence. Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Let's see here. Then he goes on to say he uses mostly supply and demand, which is good. I mean, that's what I use as well. Of course, order blocks are supply and demand. Fair value gaps are also supply and demand. He doesn't believe in fair value, or he doesn't use the, oh wait. Yeah, he does use fair value gaps. See here. And then this is what keeps me extremely accountable. This right here is what keeps me extremely accountable and what others don't do because it keeps them accountable. Saying buy at exactly this price doesn't work. Yeah, it does. If I say buy now, granted, none of this is financial advice, but if I say buy now, add here, I mean, it doesn't get any more easier than that. Now, based off of your teaching, based off of your learnings, based off of your personal experience, this is not do what Joe says. These are my suggestions on how I am entering for the most part. And if you see it and you're like, if I say, you know, here's this, and then buy when it breaks this level, and you're like, you know what, last time I bought when it broke this level, it did come down in this and that, blah, blah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually wait till it crosses this level. This is my suggestion. Now, what you could do is you wait for it to, maybe it came all the way down, and then now it breaks your level, and now you buy. So you at least have the setup. You at least have what, you know, people are looking at in reference to, hey, this was a possible cup and handle, Adam and Eve, if there was a pattern or just break of structure. And you say, okay, I trade this way, I like this. And matter of fact, the 2x leverage that Joe's talking about, I'm going to do a 20x leverage and have my stop loss super tight. So if I get stopped out right away, that's fine. I'll just wait for it to break the level again. I'll do my 20x leverage and let it go. And if it comes down, I get stopped out again, that's okay. I'll do my 20x leverage, and now it's going, it made up for this one, and now I'm in the money. So it just depends on you. Whoa. So it just depends on you. All right, moving on. Let's see here. All right, yes, please guys, smash the likes. All right, so this was Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Okay, so Bitcoin is still slowly coming down. Hopefully it keeps on coming down so it can say, hey, Joe knows how to trade, versus, oh man, Joe got stopped out. But so when do we enter a trade? I do want to answer that question. When do we enter a trade? So I'm gonna do a coin. Can I do AVEX? I was looking at AVEX. I was charting AVEX earlier. Okay, so I'm actually looking at AVEX for a short. Look at all this beautifulness. Oh my, look at this. We got a 4-hour fair value gap, another 4-hour fair value gap. We have an order block. We have another order block. I mean, it's just screaming to come down. However, the FOMO was real. The FOMO is one thing I don't like. I guess TradingView updated itself. I don't like that I can't see my alerts here anymore. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll do FET. Thank you for that suggestion. Because I have an alert. I believe down here. But if I go to the alerts and then I go to alerts, it'll say, so this is my S question mark. This is for my shorts. This is at 25.95. Where's 25.95? So 25.95 is right around here. So if it breaks this level, my alert will go off, but I don't like it that I don't see it here. And I even went over here to see if there's a way to show it on the chart. I don't see anything. I don't know. I even looked over here and I don't see nothing. I don't know. Anyway, so if the price does come down here, see, that's weird. Mine is still the same. I don't know. Maybe it's my computer. I don't know. No idea. So let's see here. So if it does break this level, I will be shorting. Of course, I will be putting this in. I will be putting this for the group, and then of course we'll be adding once we come over here. But let's go to FET, and I'm going to show, because that's, oops, dang it, I always do. So I need to do YouTube. Well, you know what? It might even be ready, so I'll just do it here. So this is going to be FET USDT.P for futures. So let's come over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to this was a short. This was one of our shorts, and we moved our stop loss way down to, and we got stopped out in profit, but still. Okay, so let's go over here. Do I have stuff mapped out? Ooh, I do. Okay, so what's this? This is all this mumbo jumbo. Get out of here, mumbo jumbo. Get out of here. I want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, or you, or you, or you. Get out. Okay. So right now it is at the major high. It is, ooh, an SFP. What does that mean? All that means that there's a wick. There's a wick. A wick means that there is selling pressure. Could that mean that it could come down? Yep, sure could. Does it mean that it will? Nope, sure doesn't. But Joe, look at this wick and it came down. Look at this wick and it came down. Look at this wick and it came down. Yeah. But look at this wick and it went up. Look at, I gotta pick and choose. Look at this wick and it went up. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's just kind of see what we can do. So what we're doing is we are looking on how to enter. Now, would I enter right now for a long? No. Why? Right underneath resistance. Matter of fact, right here is a resistance zone, we could say. Selling pressure. We could say supply zone. There's so many different words meaning the same exact thing. Well, let's do this in red and let's make it a little bit darker. And this was a major, but we're just going to go ahead and get to front. Get to the front where you belong. Try that again. Ooh, that's making me upset. You go to the back. Go to the back of the room. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Send this one to the back too. Okay, there we go. So right now you can see that this is in the liquidity zone. What is liquidity? Liquidity is where there's a bunch of sales. Look at all this. Wicks. Came up here, couldn't do it. Came up here, couldn't do it. This on the 4-hour time frame. Came up here, very close, couldn't do it. Now we're in the danger zone. We are in the danger zone. Can it break out? Well, it attempted, created a wick. You know, that is what's known as a swing of failure pattern, an SFP, swing failure pattern. But in simple terms, which I like, it's just a wick. The wick says that it might come down to possibly this area right here before it continues up. Because right now, this is in a bullish. This is a very bullish. Let's go to the high. Let's go to the low. Let's go to this current high. This is the 4-hour. And we do have another break of structure. And this is to the upside. So this is bullish. 4-hour break of structure. Now we do expect it to at least retrace. You know, especially since right now it's creating the wicks. And it doesn't look like it's going to go up any further before it comes down to maybe about this area and then go up. So for this, we can actually, what was this? It was a daily or something. We're on the 4-hour time frame. That doesn't say what it is. Okay, not a problem. Let's get out of here. You're bothering me, kid. You're bothering me. So right now we're in the 4-hour time frame. We're in this zone that we're waiting for it to come down. Now, if I wanted to, and this one looks very, very tempting, to actually do a short, because even though this is not a fair value gap, we do have where it just moved. And we can see that this was the only candle that the market makers pushed to start the chain of it going up. And that's what's represented by this green. See here, let me say it's good looking re-entries though. So looking for a re-entry, I'm assuming on the long, which is good. Now, for this one, I would personally wait for a bounce. And now we're talking about entries, how to enter. You want to enter on a smaller time frame. How do we do that? Well, we look for a break of structure going up. So we expect it to come down. Now, it doesn't have to come all the way down here. I would love for it to come down here. Matter of fact, this order block was tapped. So people, they may say mitigated. So if you ever hear that word, it's just a fancy word for being touched. So this was mitigated. on the 4-hour order block. So this doesn't hold as much weight as it would if it was unmitigated, untouched. Here, it's where the wick touched it. Y'all can see that the wick touched it right here. So once again, people love using big words that you have to look up and blah, blah, blah. I don't. I use very simple words. And if I do use a big word, I explain what it is. Versus all these other people, look at this. We have an SFP right here. And then we do have a break of structure. And right here, we do have our 1-day FVG. What in the heck are you saying, man? What is an SFP? Now I gotta go look that up. Now I gotta look at your videos to see what is it? Swing failure pattern. All it means is a wick. That's it. I've ever explained what it does, the possibilities. Order block, fair value gap. And I've explained the fair value gaps multiple times, but if I say anything that does not make sense, please let me know in the chat. This is for you. This is so that this is a 1-hour free mentorship. I don't ever want to use terms that you don't understand. All right, moving on. So here we go on the 4-hour time frame. I do see, we need to go to a smaller time frame. So we can go to the 1 hour. And what we're doing is we're looking, of course, we're not going to find it right now, but if the price action did this, came down to about here. And this is, say, on the 4-hour time frame. Then we go to the 1-hour time frame, and on the 1-hour time frame, we can see this. Then on the 30-minute time frame, we can see more ups and downs. Then on the 15-minute time frame, we can start seeing this. It's like, oh, look, it broke the structure. And then, oh, look, it broke the structure. Now, of course, there's different ways of looking for the structure. And of course I go over that, but it just, the videos will be way too long if I go through it every single day. But what I do recommend is watching these videos. Watch all these videos, all these live streams. Now, granted, I understand some of them are extremely long, an hour, sometimes 2 hours. But in these videos, there's a bunch of key information for you. Who's here, guys? Who's here? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I want to know who's here. Man, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. But as far as right now, for a re-entry on FET, I would not do a re-entry. Once again, it's underneath resistance. You want it when it's breaking out of a high. And that's what break of structure is. Now, of course, you could call it a change of character because it's in the internal structure. But once again, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. If it breaks the level, creates a new high, I consider it a break of structure, and I could possibly enter the trade. So just kind of give you all a heads up. So who else is here, guys? Who else is here? I'm very, very curious to see who else is here. We got a few people in here. Do we have likes? I don't even know if people are liking the video. Are people liking the video? I haven't even seen it. Let's see here. Yeah, we got some likes. Okay, very cool. Let's see here. But yeah, as far as an entry goes, I would wait for the retrace, possibly to the 4-hour order block, and then just wait for it to break the structure. Now, if you're in the VIP group, I do have a video. It's about 27 minutes long in reference to how to do all this in great detail. Now, granted, I've also shared this on YouTube for free, so you don't have to join the VIP to get VIP treatment. The VIP is just way easier and like it's more organized. But I strongly recommend the VIP members to watch those videos. There's one that's around 27 minutes and another one that's, I want to say like 12 minutes or so. And that one, it's just breaking down one of the coins. But I explain more in depth as far as, break of structure, the swing failure patterns, the market structure, the area highs and lows, external structure, internal structure, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of words that pretty much I already teach, but if, you watch somebody else and they're saying all these fancy words, you at least will know what they're talking about. Moving on. And get out of here. Get out of here. And all right. So now we're looking at this 4-hour time frame. I do expect it to come down. Let us look how Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is still coming down. Awesome. I want to get into a short. Can I get into this short? I don't think so. So it did break the 30 minutes. Nope, this is not an actual low. This is an actual low. So on the 30-minute time frame, it would have to break this level. You know what? I just go down to this level since we're right here. You know what? Just to this level. No, I'm playing. Let's say this level. In order for me to short this one, I would have to have it cross this level. But look, I'm gonna do a right click. I'm gonna go alerts. I'm gonna do an S and a question mark and this. And where's my dotted line? I don't see it. But if I come over here and I go to alerts, it says that I set it right there. Maybe if I come over here to edit, maybe there's a show. Maybe I'm not noticing. I don't see anything here. I don't see it. I don't see it. Man. I don't know. No idea. Oh well. But yeah, so I would wait for that. Let's see here. Anything else, guys? Anything else? But yeah, in reference to today's video, it's mainly just to show you how to enter coins. Like, you want to wait. Like, could you enter right now a short? Yeah, you sure could. You know, it broke this level. We have a bunch of reds. It's on the 30-minute time frame. We're creating a lower high. We have a lot of wicks, but look at these. We had a lot of wicks here too, and it still went up. We had a lot of wicks here on top, selling pressure, it still went up. We had, and here's another thing, guys, a long wick reversal. What have your other mentors taught you? Long wick reversal means that it's going to flip around and go the other way, right? And what happened here? Came down and went up. Long wick reversal, but they don't show you this because, well, it goes against their teaching. Me, I will show you everything. I'll show you the experience. And I'll tell you when, I'll show you when to enter. You know, I'll give you the information. Now, granted, does it always play out? No, sure doesn't. But I'll tell you what does play out. You know, you end up getting more wins than your losses. And sometimes, if you start losing more than you win, it's time to take a break. Because now you may start trading with emotions. You may start revenge trading. You may start, you know, well, the revenge trading is the best way to explain it. If that's the case, watch a movie. Speaking about that, I watched a movie last night. It was very dumb. I mean, it was okay, but then it got dumb, and then it got really dumb. The Menu on Amazon Prime, to me, it was a dumb movie. Especially towards the end when he makes the hamburger and the look on his face is like, oh, really? Good Lord, gosh darn it. I've already invested too much time in this movie. Let me just see how it ends. But anyway, moving on. Let's see here. What else? Any movies you can suggest on Amazon Prime? That'd be great. And I will suggest a chart. Not play. Now I am waiting. Man, I don't want to be showing you all my charts for the VIP. Let's see. Oh, Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, we were talking about it the other day, saying it was trash. It was trash. And what has Ethereum done? Ethereum has... What's Ethereum done? When did we talk about this? Yesterday? I don't remember. Oh, maybe it was here. We're saying it's leaving a lot of liquidity behind. And would not be surprised if it just came down, ate this up, came down some more, ate it up, came down over here, ate this up. Oh no, we were giving examples. But Ethereum right now, it is creating a SFP. Ooh, look at me, fancy words. swing failure pattern, and it is saying that possible it may come down. Why? Because it's creating a wick. Doesn't mean it will. Nope, it could continue coming up. And right now we're barely 45 minutes into this candle, and it looks like it may go up. It may look like it's going to get support at this level. And this level that we're referring to is right at 24.64. This is the level we're looking at, and it's trying to break it. Now, it all depends also on FOMO, you know, when to enter. If the price continues like this number right here, it's pretty dangerous of entering, just due to the fact that it's supposed to, market makers, it's supposed to retrace at least up into here, golden pocket. However, if there is a lot of people entering this coin because of FOMO, if there's let's say great news in the market makers will also help push it up. Why would they push it up if they can make a whole bunch of money right here, and a whole bunch of money right here, and a whole bunch of money right here? Why would they push it up? Like literally, they will push it up. Why? So that they could create more areas of money right here. And they'll push it up, and they'll push it up, and they'll push it up, and all this is money. And then what happens? Everybody's longing, everybody's like getting really, really euphoric, and man, I made so much money on Ethereum. I never thought this day would come. I'm gonna buy a Lambo. You know, I'm gonna have 4 girls in the Lambo. Granted, it's only a 2-seater, but you know, I'm gonna have my yachts and everything, and then come down really, really hard. And here you're thinking, oh, okay, I'm saved. It's gonna come up, and it comes up, fakes everybody out. Everybody starts longing again, and then might not take this last one out, but it made maybe not all of this one, maybe just about here, but it made so much money. The market makers made so much money here. All of this, all of this, and all of this, while it was making you think that you were making money, because they were pumping this one, then the retail, which is us, started doing this one, then started doing this one, and then the market makers started doing some more to see if they could pump some more, and it didn't hold off too well. And now market makers say, okay, let me make some money. And then it just came down. All right, guys, well, that's it for me. I do thank you. I don't see any other coins. Let me just double check. I want to thank you guys for being here. Man, y'all have been putting up with so much junk past couple of days with my internet. And like I said, I'm really surprised. I don't know. It says it's connected, but it's really limited on the data that I can, like, I can talk on my Telegram, and then on my trading view, it'll show, and then it'll stop, and then I have to reboot the computer, and then it'll show, and then it'll stop. And it's so weird. It starts right around 2:15 to 2:30. 2:30 on average. It's been doing it this past week. And then 2:45 for sure, no internet. And yesterday or day before, I got another Cat5 cable, and I got that one, and that one started working, but now it's not. I don't know. So today, right now, to get it working again, I reset both my modem and my router, and then after resetting it, I powered it off, powered it on, turned off the computer, turned it on, and so far so good. We'll see how tomorrow at 2:15 goes. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I do thank you very much. You guys are the best. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being a part of my crypto journey. And I appreciate you letting me be a part of your crypto journey. I do thank you. And with that in mind, let's hear my favorite song. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and before I forget, don't forget, guys, you don't always have to be in a trade. Don't feel like their next trade is never going to come. It will. It will come. So just to let you know, protect your money, have a stop loss, and so far right now, this is doing okay. I do thank you so much, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m., God willing. Unless the Matrix gets me again, and we'll have to do it at 4. But 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take it. 3, 2, 1. Bingo and a bango. A bingo and a bango. DJ, play my favorite song. Please.
Trade intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull up bear, we adapt, typhoon. While it's packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than Wild West ambition. We got the drive.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.